We're going to talk about a lot of different factoring today. One is how do I deal with GCF? So you have to deal with GCF first and then factor more. So I'm going to give you questions here. Let me see if I can pull it up. File. File. Anybody's taking SAT this weekend? Okay. Right now, you're probably not going to see too much improvement because we haven't go through all the stuff we need to go through. But you should take one. What are you, junior year or sophomore year, Roger? Junior. Then I would take one. School is gonna offer you one in March, and I will take that one and take that seriously. But this one, just try your best to see where your baseline is. So we're gonna deal with today's factoring is two things. Same thing about factoring, but you have to take care of GCF first. All the factoring, you should take care of GCF first because remember we talked about factoring. You must go to GCF factoring first, and then you have two term. Then it's a squared minus b squared equal to a plus b times a minus b. By the way, a box method can take care of this as well. And we're going to talk about that as well. Three term, is it going to be box method? And the four term is going to be factor by grouping. Four term is factor by grouping. So it's a two term that you're going to do that. So we're going to give you a question, see if you can handle it. So let's just say 4x cubed y minus 49xy cubed. So you must go through the first step is factor by GCF and then factor more. So every time you factor in something, you look for GCF first and then factor more. Okay. So this is the first question. We're going to start with this one. $49, yeah. Let me rewrite this number so that way it gets clear. This is 3 and this is 9. If you're done, raise your hand. GCF first. GCF first and then factor more. This is white. Yeah. No. If you're done, just let me know. I'll come look at it if you know what you're doing. Yeah. Wait, yeah, that's right. That's right. Alexis, Luke, and Devin. That's right. Let me check Julian. Okay, that's not correct. You do see the difference to the square, but you have to factor out GCF first. That's not correct. What's your name? Cole is correct. Cole, Luke, Evan, Alexis. It's correct. Factor out the GCF. If you factor out GCF, it's better. Yeah, that's right. David, and what's your name? Brendan. Brendan. Okay, Brendan. So if you know how to do something, if I correct, can you help her out? Yeah. Is that 49? 49 and right. That's correct. Can you help somebody out? Should I be else? Oh, that's good. Yeah, good job. Back up. Yeah, that's right.
Is the GCF? I don't know how to get it. Like this.
You're putting two
That's it, right?
why do you need to do it?
All right. So if you cannot tell what a GCF, write it out. How many X are they and how many Y are they? X and Y and Y and Y. They both have one XY. Would you agree with that?
Yes.
So you can take out XY and they're left with 4x squared minus 7y squared. Is that okay? And then this, oh, it's not 79, 49, sorry, 49. Now this is a difference of a square. So this one is going to be square root of that, which is figure out a squared equal to 4x squared, b squared equal to 49y squared. So a must be square root of 4x squared, so it's 2x. B must be 7y. Is that okay? So it'll be xy times 2x plus 7y and 2x minus 7y. It turns out difference of a square can be done with a box. If you're really, really bad with the difference of a square, you can be done with a box as well. So 4x squared minus 49y squared, and this is 0. There's no middle term in there. And then you know that it's two things times each other. It's going to be 2x times 2x equal to 4x squared. And 7y and 7y, right? And this is a 14xy and the 14xy. How you get 0? One of them must be negative. So you can pair this way as well. And that is one way to do it, using a box to do difference of a square. But that's another way to look at it. Doesn't matter. I prefer use the difference of a square because it should be faster. Any question about this part? So I'm going to talk about two terms. Now, two terms can have a something called factor by the cube. You might not learn that yet, but factor by the cube, it looks like this. A to the cube plus b to the cube equal to a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. And you're going to be like, what is that? This is how you factor the cube. And this is a cube. Okay, it's called SOAP first. What is SOAP? This stands for S, same, and what? Yeah, this is same.
Different.
Opposite.
Oh.
Always positive. You learned that last year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. From Miss Davies' class? Mr. Hardy, good. And this is how to factor the cube. So you could have a cube minus b to the cube. is equal to a plus a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. So this is the same as before. This is a opposite, which is it was minus sign, it would become positive. This one's always positive. So this is called sum and difference of a cube. Now this one cannot be done with box method. Now you're gonna say, how do I remember? Do you remember what's it called? The genetic thing? Like what's it called? The Punnett square, yeah. Like if your parents have like blood type A, like AA, and your mom has blood type BB, and all the kids is gonna be a from 100% probability of AB blood type, because it's one from A from mother and one from B is the. So that's how you remember A is the father, this is mother, and this the siblings, and just kind of remember the signs. And that's pretty much just entering the sign. That's easier to remember it. So how do I factor this? So imagine if you have ax cubed minus 27 like this. And how do I know this is sum and difference of the cube? Because this is a cube. Like it shows you it's a cube. So then you say, hey, I need to know how to factor this. Now this one cannot be done by box method, unfortunately. This is the only one that can be done. But you're gonna have to follow the formula. Well, which formula I'm gonna plus? I'm gonna try the one with the negative. So again, I'm gonna write it up. A minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. Okay. Because this is a negative sign, I'm gonna use a negative formula. I need to figure out what is a. But we know a cubed is equal to ax cubed. What is a? 2 what? 2x, right? Because you had to cube root both sides. And the b cubed is equal to 27. What is b? 3. Okay, so that's equal to 2x minus 3. I just follow the formula. Now, this is the part where most people make mistake. Is right here. This is the part that people need to watch out for. The a squared. So it'll be 2x squared plus 2x times 3. So 2x times 3. And then plus 3 squared, which is 9. So that's equal to 2x minus 3. Now, people make mistakes, going to write down 4x squared. 4x squared is not correct. Oh, but it's going to write down 2x squared. 2x squared is not correct. It's actually 4x squared because 2 squared, x is squared. Plus 6x plus 9. And that's going to give me the factor about this. So this is sum and difference of the cube. Yes.
Which one? The one that was positive and negative?
Which one?
Let's take a positive version of this. It has like one sign difference.
Yeah, there's a 2 sign difference. If it's a oh, actually 1 sign difference. If you have, yeah, it's right here. It's a cubed plus b cubed equal to a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. Okay, so this is how you factor the cube. So I'll let you try one. 125x cubed minus 64 plus 64. I want you to factor this. So this one's a plus sign. So you can factor this. Figure out what is a and what is b and just use the formula. But make sure you don't make mistake on the a squared because the whole thing's square. Alexis, you done? Brandon, done? Luke and Alexis check with each other, agree? Kennedy done? Check with Shreya. Is Shreya? Did I pronounce right? Check with Luke right next to you. Look, yeah. Luke, can you help him? Devin? See if you guys got the same answer. Kennedy, you guys are the same?
Times 1 plus 6. I don't think the y takes us 6. Because it's opposite. Look, I had it right. Right. You have it right. You know how to roots work.
Yeah.
What the root myself. It's fine. That's just one thing.
Okay, this is the answer I got.
64.
Everybody's okay? So this is a factor in the cube. Now, again, you should always pay attention to GCF. So now, the next one is the GCF combination with the other thing. So let's try with this one. So now this one is 3 terms. So 3 terms, you should know what to do. Sorry, let me change your question a little bit. 15x to the 4th minus 27x to the 3rd y minus 6x squared y squared. What is the GCF here? And after you factor out GCF, you should work on your box.
Is that a 6x cubed?
6x squared y squared. So look at the GCF first. And after that is a trinomial. Then you can work through a box. But you must remember to write out your GCF. Yes.
For the 6, is that 6x power 2?
Yeah. Let me rewrite this. Is that better? GCF, also think about number besides a variable, okay? There's a variable, there's a number, you want to factor out everything.
You also want to
Show me your GCF. You don't know what's GCF. It's
wait. Oh, you just want to stay up with it?
3. What those other things besides 3?
We're doing it.
3 is a GCF, but it's part of GCF. So more than 3 combinations. No, that's correct. This is correct.
Yeah. Now you
You
gotta
gotta do this GCF first. So, yeah.
GCF has
That's the way it is.
Yes, it's even you can see that that's the next slide. These are-
27 is 9. What are you missing here?
Yeah. Let me try.
That's not me doing it together.
Oh, okay.
You know something? And it's have the y square on the bottom.
But, and same thing. Minus.
Yeah, they can try.
I'm thinking why.
You do the box method and it's like,
Yeah. I got the GCF.
what is your GCF?
For me, I have to do
Before you gotta do the very simple
You
factor.
did a GCF and then you factor more after you factor out GCF.
Something that goes into all approximate is
Wait.
all three to be reasonably the three
Negative.
that.
What's
Yeah, I got negative 10 and 4. And then.
what's the horse?
Remember how to do it, like I do it now, like.
Yes, that's a GCF. Now we get positive.
We can, but
Yeah.
like you write it, like you just leave.
Oh, you can.
No, I don't think but I don't think
Oh,
like
yeah.
the X one. I think. Wait.
Oh, you're dividing. Yeah, because that's the. And then you're right to the next time on the but I gotta do this.
No, man.
Get up.
Three X squared. Mr. Gabe, why is X squared? Think about it. There's something's missing over there.
Negative y. You can factor out GCF. Negative 2
Where?
So it's search starts 6.
All right. So if you guys have a hard time to figure out GCF, start with the number first. What do the 15 and 27 and 6 have in common? They have the greatest common factor of what? 3. So we're going to take out 3. Now, if you have write out x, 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 y, and the x, x, y squared like this, you know what's the GCF here, right? They all have x squared. Look at this. They all have x squared. So you can take out x squared. Now, what do you have left? This times what equal to 15x to the 4th?
5x squared.
5x squared. What?
9.
9 what? xy. Good. Don't forget about y, right? And if you factor out x squared, that's going to give you what?
2y squared.
2y squared. So now you can do a box method. So what's your name? You say you don't know how to factor. What's your name? You are? Okay. Are you a senior?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Somebody mentioned about you the other day. No, they just asked me, do I have you? But I said I don't know. So what times what? So first, last, middle, like this. First, last, middle. So first term and the last term and the middle term. Do you understand? I write it outside. So all the red part is multiply each other to get 5x squared. So I want to choose 5x and x to get 5x squared because there's no other combination. Because 5 times 1 equal to 5. And then 2 times 1 equal to 2. So I'm going to do 2y here. And 2y. So that's going to be 10xy. And this,
It's a negative 2.
this is 2 and 1, right? This one is xy. Now, one of them need to be negative because in order to get this has to be negative here. So that means 2 or 1 has to be negative. Now remember, those two are adding. The purple one is adding. So you're adding those. If you add those, it's going to be 11xy. If you subtract those, it might get 9. But which one need to be negative? The top one is negative. So then just pair diagonally. It's called box. So you pair this way, and you pair this way. So it's going to be 5xy. Sorry, 5x minus y. 5x plus y, and then x minus 2y. And then don't forget about the 3x squared. A lot of people forget the 3x squared. I'm a dot points off if you forgot the GCF there, because that's important. Yes. Huh? Yeah. If you just need to go bathroom, just go. Nobody gonna stop you. Like, I think 10 seconds too. Just don't have smoke coming out of the room. It's fine. I haven't seen anybody smoke on this bathroom yet, which is
It's because you're in this hallway.
I'm in this hallway. It's mostly when I have my 600 building before, 600, a lot of time there's smoke coming out of it. I can just walk outside and get high. Second hand high, yeah. All right, do you know how to factor now?
Yes.
Okay, GCF first and then factor more. Today, all your homework is going to be GCF, factor more. Okay, let's talk about factor by grouping. So factor by grouping is most of you guys already done factor by grouping because that's the first way you talk. And so that should not be too much problem, but sometimes you got an issue. So this is a 4 term, you got factor by grouping. So first thing, you always go into GCF. The first thing you should look at, do they have GCF first? If they have GCF, factor out of GCF. Now it's 2 term, you want to consider difference of square, or sum and difference of the square cube. If it's 3 term, it still can consider box method. It's a 4 term, you consider factor by grouping. So I'm going to go through an example of factor by grouping. I'm going to go through a couple examples of factor by grouping. One of them is kind of tricky. The other one's fun. So I'm going to start with the easy one. The easy one is going to be x squared plus 3x plus xk plus 3k.
That's fun.
And then you say, oh, okay, this is a 4 term. 4 term is factor by grouping. By grouping, you're going to put a parenthesis on the first 2 term and parenthesis on the second 2 term, including the sign. And I'm going to talk about that, even though that's not mathematically correct, but will help you to factor other things. So what I'm going to do is, in here, I'm looking for GCF. So the GCF is going to be x. Is that okay? Because they both have x. And you left with an x plus 3. Is that okay? And what's the GCF on the second parenthesis? K. So I'm going to do plus k. Do you remember now? And then what do you have left? X plus 3. Now, do you see this green color? That's another GCF because that's a parenthesis. So that's a multiplication. So you pretty much factor by grouping. You do 2 parentheses and you do GCF 3 times. GCF on first parenthesis, GCF on second parenthesis, and the next line, you do a GCF again. So it'd be x plus 3 times by x plus k. Now, some people don't understand that, but that's okay. So imagine if you have xz plus kz. What can you factor? Z. In this case, z is x plus 3. Right? And z is x plus 3. Right? So that's the same thing. That's how you see that. I'm going to give you one that is a little bit more difficult. So this one, remember, and there's a certain way I have to do it. Okay, remember how you do a parenthesis? Parenthesis all the way here. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. Okay.
Set up 3M.
3M and 3N.
Ah.
Sorry, my handwriting is really ugly. You get used to it though. No. David, can you get it off?
What a guy.
I did the other one.
He's a gentleman. I think I met you before, David.
Yes, dude.
I don't know. I don't know if I ever came here with my sister or not.
No, I went to eat at your parents' restaurant before.
Oh yeah,
If you had
probably right.
if it was
So parentheses on first two term. Parentheses including that sign. Do you see why you should factor out a negative now?
Okay.
So if you factor out m, what do you have left?
Plus M.
And what do you factor out here? This one, -3, and then m plus n. Now I'm gonna do it again. GCF, so it'll be m plus n, and then m minus 3.
Yep.
Fairly easy, right? See, that's why you'd always factor out a negative, because to see that small spot, because otherwise it's really hard to see. That's why I see is the first thing is negative, factor out. You're gonna help you in somewhere in the future. This is the one case. Another case is a projectile, but this is gonna be m plus n and minus 3. Questions? Arthur, you okay?
That might be the first time I've ever gotten right.
I will give you a hug, but not be creepy.
You can fist bump.
All right. Is that okay? All right. So this is a factor by grouping. So there's a 4 term. Now there's other method that we're gonna learn in pre-calc. You learn in algebra as well. Is using standard division and factor theorem to factor out the things. It's very painful. There's a lot of work. But we're gonna go through that in the pre-calc. But not right now. Right now we just need to get you to basic factoring. Now you know this is the most important things here. Today's homework, you're gonna have to factor out GCF. Your first objectives, looking out for GCF. Factor out GCF, and then see if it's 2 term, then you can go with that path. It's 3 term, it's got Boxer method. It's a 4 terms factor by grouping. Sometimes things kind of get weird. Okay, but I'm just gonna talk about multiplying expansion for right now. So 3x plus 2 squared. I want you to expand this. Do you know how to expand? Expand. When I say expand instead of factoring, because this is already in factoring. If I want you to expand this, can you expand them? David, can you help me? If you expand this, a lot of people make mistake. And if you make mistake, how many of you guys thinking it's 9x squared plus 4? How many of you guys think it? Raise your hand if you think it's 9x squared plus 4. Arthur, good job. I'm proud of you. It's not correct, but that's good. At least somebody had to fall into that first trap. It's not 9x squared plus 4. I know some of you guys more than him is thinking that he's the only one that's brave enough to raise their hand. But I know more than one. Can second person raise their hand? Think it is a 9x squared plus 4? Only author has the balls to say it? Okay. So if you do that, the problem is you being lazy. If you want to expand, you want to do this. You want to write it out. And that's going to give you a 9x squared plus 6x plus 6x and then plus 4. So it'd be 9x squared plus 12x plus 4. So this is the correct. This is what I'm missing one. 12x. Yes. Yeah. Now, if you do this way, I'm going to say there's a very famous image. You should not search on the Google. You should not search on your Google thing. It's just killing a puppy. And there's a big image here that says this. Every time you do this, a puppy die. Okay? So please don't do this. Please don't be lazy. When you see like the square, you expand it out. You're not gonna have issue when you expand it out. The only time you have problem is when you're being lazy, just distribute the power to inside. And that's a wrong way to approach it because you're missing this middle term right here. And Arthur, if you mess that up on the test, I would say a puppy died because of you. And Mr. Ye does not eat dog. Okay? I'm vegetarian, by the way. I don't eat dog. Even though you think like all Chinese people eat dog, I don't.
Mystery, I have a skit to show you later.
Oh,
I kind of don't want to see it now.
It's funny.
It's funny. I will get a sense of humor.
You don't get offended, I can tell.
I don't get offended easily.
it's
All right, so I want you to expand this one though. 3x plus 2 to the third power. You have to write down 3 times and expand slowly. Take it 2 at once. Don't kill a puppy. No, it's not 27x cubed plus 8. If you do that, it's wrong. There's no box method. Just expand it. And tomorrow we're going to teach you how to do binomial expansions. Yeah, I don't get offended easily. Like, you can... I have seen the worst.
I'll try.
I can handle spitball.
Let's try.
In a triplet.
I should throw a desk at you.
I think I can see that.
Yeah.
So again, you write out 3 times. Is that okay?
Yep.
You're gonna start distributing this one. So that's equal to 9x squared. Is that okay? Plus 6x. Plus 6x. Plus 4. Times 3x plus 2. Is that okay? I'm gonna combine like term to make my life easier. Even though you might feel like that waste of writing. But it's gonna make things a lot easier. You don't have to distribute as many terms as possible. So I'm gonna distribute again. So it'd be 27x cubed. And that's gonna be plus 18x squared. Is that okay? And I'm gonna distribute the second thing, so it'll be plus what? 36x plus 24x.
36x squared.
36x squared, thank you. And then plus 12x. at the end? Like plus 12x, right? And then plus 8. So here is going to be 27x cubed plus 54x squared plus 36x plus 8. And this is the factor here. No, not factor. This is the expansion.
Why do you want to do this?
Because I have no life.
Okay, why would someone like me want to?
Because you want to get A in my class.
You better.
I'm really blonde. Don't get offended anything I say.
Well, like, I want to know, like, there was reason to do it in that.
We will talk about there's other reason to do other things in a second, but we'll do tomorrow. All right. So how about this? Okay. No. So I'm gonna have very limited time to teach this, but I only have 2 minutes, but I can probably done in 2 minutes. It's called binomial expansion. It's called binomial expansion, and we're gonna get to detail about it tomorrow. Binomial expansion has something to do with Pascal triangle.
Someone like.
Okay. This is called Pascal triangle. So the Pascal triangle is actually fairly easy. Believe it or not, I can be done in 1 minute too. So the way you kind of think about it is gonna be 4 and 1. So what you're gonna write down is we're gonna say A equal to 3x, B is equal to 2. And the way kind of think about it, just write down all the coefficients. 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. And the way the order is gonna be this. It's gonna be A to the 3x to the 4th power.
Thanks for another great tight
3x to the 3rd power.
You are
3x to the 2nd power. 3x to the 1st power. 3x to the 0 power, which is 1. And this one is going to be 2 to the 0 power, 2 to the 1 power, 2 to the 2 power, 2 to the 3rd power, and 2 to the 4th power. And you're adding everything, and you simplify everything, and you're going to get a right answer. It's going to go down the order, and the other one's going to go up the order. But we're going to talk about more details about this tomorrow because there's a lot of interesting part about this. Because this one is on the AP exam, it's called binomial expansion. Yes.
I have a question. I got these part done, and the other thing I think these two. I don't think I got
Okay. Same ideas, that's right.
Okay. And this page is enough. This page.
Was it like an assignment that you had like graded in the
I
past like 3
usually
days?
come around to look at people's homework. If people don't do it, just memorize it.
Okay.
Take out the points.
Okay. Right. So like, is there anything I have to do?
You do need it, and you ask people to post it. Usually, I post on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Today, I'm gonna post on WhatsApp. You can start today. Do you understand today's stuff?
Yeah.
You understand today's stuff?
Yeah, most of it, yeah.
Okay. Do you understand all the homework there? This is one of the homework over there. Those answers there.
Okay.
Take a picture before.
Well, I learned yesterday. This morning, technically.
Well, that's a start. I don't mind you take care of that first step. The second step, you need to start doing the work. Okay.
Yes.
So what is the skill you're gonna show me that you're gonna offend me?
Can you tell me why this must be negative, not this? Because they are like,
Because the middle term's 9x, negative 9xy.
yes.
If you factor out this is negative 9xy, this add together has to be negative 9xy.
No, here, the last. The middle term I get it because it must be so it's not equal to this again. But why? Because they are like this, so they don't have to be like that.
Yeah, so you didn't write down this one. This part is gonna be 5x squared. This one is
I did like two
gonna
back and I got
be, and also this is an
Yeah, but
it's
it's
two,
two
negative 2y squared plus negative 9xy. So you have to pair diagonally like that. This two has to equal to this. 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 Now this one's adding. You're adding this two to get negative 9x.
That's why I mean, no, for me, I think I'm flop on myself. Even if we do this, it's still like this. So why must
So these two multipliers are going to be negative 3y.
no? What I mean is why there must be a negative. You say there must be a negative.
Yeah,
here.
because you want those two add up to be negative 9xy. If this one's negative, then you get 9xy instead of negative 9xy.
So you mean that this must go along with this?
Yeah, because this two times this together.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Hi.
I have a question about the homework for today.
Sure.
So this one, I did it and it gave me -1/2 as my answer
C?
for E.
Oh, E. Yeah, that's right.
So is it just was that like a coincidence or did they all like cancel out?
They just a coincidence.
Coincidence?
Yeah. No, not just a coincidence. So,
Because
so it turns out that this is the same thing as the other one. So sine inverse is going to be this triangle. This triangle here. And this is the 1, this is 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you have sine of the theta, which is sine of the theta is equal to, and then you can pick out this side, but it doesn't matter. This one's going to be, I think, yeah. It doesn't really matter. But this one's still opposite over hypotenuse.
Yeah.
So opposite over hypotenuse is -1/2 still.
Yeah.
So that still works out the same way.
What about
I know
this?
Same thing? Yeah, this one's just gonna be 3, and this one is gonna be 1.
What makes this different from like this? Is it because
Because-
it's backwards?
Yeah, it's backwards.
Okay.
You know what?
So
You know what?
this one is to find out what is the output first, and then you get the output.
No,
That would be-
But there's a restriction after.
Oh, that makes sense.
Are they in the media center for SAT tutoring or mid media center?
I wasn't the best data.
I didn't see anyone.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, it's not here though.
Yeah, let's see. If,
And then so this would be radical 3/2, and then that would make it.
Are you gonna jump right in?
but here it looks like almost they cancel out, but it doesn't work for this one.
Doesn't work.
Because this one has a restriction.
That would
The argument.
Yeah, give me a second. What do you need?
Hey, Mr. Yan, how you doing?
Alright, good.
Test retake maybe?
Yeah, yeah, you need to retake the test, but you have to understand it. Don't just show me to try to get credit. I'm not gonna give you credit, but you have to show me the work, okay?
Yes, sir. What happens if I don't do this good again?
No, you're not retaking. I'm just gonna give you a second version of the test right here, right?
All right, yeah.
And I'm gonna airdrop to you.
Okay.
And this question, sorry, this question's gonna switch. It should be 4 over -3. Otherwise, it won't work out nicely. So the other rest of the question should be fine.
Is it fine if I didn't finish correction?
Try to finish by tomorrow.
I had like a question or two at the end left.
Yeah. So show me because you want to understand it before you do this.
Yeah. All right, I got you. I'll finish it really quick then.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm
kidding.
I'm Ellie Mae. I'm gonna be in your 7th year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure though?
Ask Arthur. Arthur will be like,
Yeah, I know like Lily Murphy and Olivia Lopez, and like those are my
you want
close
to rower?
friends. I am a rower.
Oh my god.
Sir.
I won't see you in April then.
I'm not gone as much as Lily.
He's not as good, that's for sure.
I've been to both.
I mean, my brother's fast.
I'll go with
Yes.
He doesn't know how. But my name will be Elizabeth on your roster.
Okay.
I'll be here some period of time.
All right.
All
But
right.
which class were you in before?
Davies.
Okay.
And like,
Miss Jan, you do not want her. She's a big troublemaker.
I know, I can tell. I don't like the rowers. I don't
so
like
here's
the
your, here's
rowers.
your racist video.
Olivia is not vouching for you. Elizabeth what? What's your last name?
Mate.
Marte?
M-A-T-E-J. It's Chuck.
Don't mispronounce. She gets very cranky.
No, I don't.
They will tell you, Arthur will tell you I don't like white people.
Yeah.
I don't either, Mr. Yang. Hey, thank God I'm not white. Hey. Oh. Yeah. No. I take the test tomorrow after school.
Okay, we have a lot of
Yeah, no, we have a test
we have a
tomorrow.
lot of things here to discuss. Yeah. So we didn't have to talk second. Do you have time? I had to go.
No, I gotta. I'll be right back. I gotta find my.
Make sure you understand it. Don't just be done to be done with. Be done to understand something. Of course, you can ask anybody here. You can ask Drew probably. Drew is probably the person to ask. Okay, Elias?
Can I just do my second test?
Yeah, I'll interrupt you.
And do it on paper.
Paper.
Nobody down practice gonna be practice.
But you gotta make sure you understand it, okay?
I don't
Okay.
wanna go out.
Like the only, like I understand, like everything. I've been going through it. The only thing I don't understand is the.
You need to understand those before you start with it.
Okay.
So go understand those before you start.
Okay.
That's Will, but run. All right, I have my video.
You know the freshman cheerleader that was in his class?
Uh-huh.
She's in
Tyler.
her first period and she dropped out because they thought her time was not.
You got out of my class?
She's gone.
She's gone?
Yeah, she got Mr. Boney.
Because of what I call her?
You followed the wrong
Because
name.
you called her Tyler. And I was like, that's so dumb. You could have just told him.
You probably just didn't like.
No, she didn't know what she didn't know what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Anyway, it's my video.
Asian University, South Park. Is it South Park?
Oh, which is so bad.
This is a great one. Okay, I'll look up later. I gotta handle this kid. Boy, really? I scared a kid because I called her the wrong name?
Well, it was a white chick, so.
White blonde or a white?
Wait, did you?
I got you.
Hello.
Hello, Wendy. I don't know.
She did the work on
Let's go out free count.
She's smart.
You should smart. I thought I saw her today. I saw her today. I didn't see her today. Okay.
She's working on my first class.
And I'm not gonna make it stay long because I bike home. I'm trying to get home before the rain.
If I were you, no.
What do you mean though?
You are behind.
Huh?
You are behind.
I'm gonna stay. The rain won't stop you after 5, man. The rain doesn't stop you.
She does keep her eye.
Call your parents and give you a ride. Right now, I will stay here. I'll stay here until after the rain if I have to. But right now you're behind. So if you're behind, I don't know.
This is actually, yeah.
Tell me what you do.
Yeah, 25. And if I were you, I would stay over it. Because you're gonna fall more and more behind. You're gonna feel like desperate and you're gonna eventually drop out of the class. Right now, you haven't proved to me that you belong here. But if you can leave right now,
I told Coach I'm like.
Okay, and I can go.
huh?
I can go.
I will do it. Wait, what's going on?
Like 3 people showed up.
-5 over 2.
There's one student, Ashton need help. Ashton, you need help with geometry. Ask her.
And then you
I can give you a material.
can we do it? Can we do it here? And just tell everyone that he's doing it so morons.
You can use my computer.
Okay. Okay, so
Yeah. It'll pay by studying like.
okay, we're gonna do like if you're just doing your work for this class and you don't need the SAT stuff, don't pay attention. But if you do want it, we're not throwing it in it. So okay.
Super strong.
Bye, everyone. Yeah. All right. If you guys are, if you, hello? Guys, if you're doing work for Mr. Ye's class, if you could please be like quiet, or like if you're tutoring in the back, like to a whisper, please, so that they can hear us, the people who are here for SAT. I'm gonna start with like tricks and tips. Okay, bro. Okay, I'm gonna start with like tricks for Desmos because that's really useful. I think if there's 44 math questions on the SAT, you can at least do 30 with just Desmos. So I'm gonna teach you tricks real quick. What is this called? Okay. Some really quick things is for like the data and problem solving thing. If you guys get like a list of numbers, let's say they're like, oh, 12, 13, 14, and 15, and they say, oh, find the mean. You can type in mean and it gives it to you. You can do the same thing for standard deviation. You type in STDEV and you get the standard deviation. You can type in median and you get the median. So that's pretty helpful. What? I don't know if that works. I don't think it does. Well, nope. Okay. Okay, if you want to do pi, instead of having to go to the keyboard, just type PI and it shows up.
Yeah.
If you're trying to square root a number, type SQRT and it works. Same thing with cube root. You type CBRT and it works. And then if you want to do like the root of 7th root or whatever, you can click the 3 and erase and then just put 7. So that saves a lot of time rather than just going into the keyboard. What do I have? Okay, if you want to do percent of something, and let's say you want to do 14% of 36. 14, and then you hit percent and it does percent of automatically, and then you can do 36. But what if they tell you like 14 is equal to what percent of 36? Then you can put X percent of 36, and then it gives you an equation. Sorry. And you can find what the X value is. So there you know that 14 is like 39% of 36. So that's a good trick too. They'll typically phrase it as something like, oh, P is 12% of A and A is X percent of 27. So what is one of the variables? This is really useful for that. You just have to make sure you keep all your variables on track. If If you have a decimal that you don't like, if you click over here and you hit fraction, it gives you the most simplified version of the fraction. If you have a system of equations, so it's like, oh, what is the point? What is the point where they intersect, or the solution of the system of equations? You can put them both in and do that instead of having to set them equal to each other and do the whole like elimination thing. If you just type them both in and it's asking you for the solution, and you can put this. Now let's say this has a p and that's that variable, and they say, oh, the equation has no solution, then you know that those lines are parallel. If it says no solution, the lines are parallel. If it says one solution, they intersect at one point. If it says perpendicular, that's when it's the slope is the negative reciprocal. So here, if it were like, oh, the lines are perpendicular, what is p? And you know that's negative 1/3 because it's the negative reciprocal of 3. But if it were like, oh, these lines are parallel, even though we already know it's going to be 3, if it were like a more complicated problem than this, you can put the slider and see. Okay, wait, hold on. See when the lines are parallel. So here, you know, you can see, oh, well, at 3, now they never intersect. So I know they're parallel, so I know p is 3. So the slider is really useful for stuff like that. Or if you have system of equations with more than one variable, the slider is also really helpful. And then the last thing I'm going to teach is probably the most important thing on the SAT. There's at least like 3 questions that have something to do with this. They'll give you like, oh, there's a exponential function, and it includes the points 0, 3, and 2, 6, right? So it gives you like these 2 points. And then it tells you it's an exponential function. So for problems like this, you have to know your type of function. If it says linear, the type of linear function is mx plus b, or y equals mx plus b. You guys all know that. Quadratic is ax squared plus bx plus c equals y. You guys should know that type of equation. If it says exponential, that's a b to the x, right? So let's say in this specific problem, it gives you these 2 points and it tells you it's an exponential thing. What is a, right? Or what is b? Let's make that easier. If you click plus up here and you hit table, you can put in those 2 numbers. So let's say this point is 0, 3. This one is 2, 6, right? And then down here, you can type in what's called a regression. So it's y1. Yeah, y1, which is the y value over here in the chart. And then this like squiggle thing, I don't know what that's called. And then let's say it's an exponential, so it's a b to the x1. You got to make sure it has the 1 next to it because that's what the table has. So here, let's say, oh, we don't know what b is, and that's what we're being asked for. Right here, it literally tells you b is equal to 1.14 or whatever. So that's really useful, and this question comes up a lot. Or it can also come up as like, oh, you have these 2 points and the lines are parallel, what is whatever variable. It's really, really useful. You just have to be able to like catch like, oh, this is this type of question that I'm going to use this. Typically, if they give you any points, or like, well, I just did a problem that was like g of x is equal to f of x over 3, and f of x contains these 2 points. A question like that would also help you to do regression, because it basically plots out literally exactly what your function is going to look like. Okay, now Claire's going to take it.
Oh, Mr. Something.
Okay.
No, that's tomorrow's homework. I suppose like something 400. But you have to do the one that because somebody asked me for tomorrow's homework, I'll post something together, so that way, because your test is right after, so so you can compare it. My personal or
I shared it with the OC. Yes.
Okay, wait, can you guys do over homework today so that we have that homework for
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, Thursday. Guys, the SAT trip on Thursday is gonna be in the media center. If you guys want to go to that, and I'll go over the trip, the tricks again, and then we'll do like practice rounds. It doesn't matter. They love stuff. And it's like a less than. Okay, so I'm just gonna go over some like super basic equations you need for the SAT. These aren't all of them, but it's like just some basic ones that might help you a little bit. So can I have everyone be a little bit quiet? Thank you so much. Okay, so this is a super basic one. Is slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. That one's super common. You see that a lot. B is going to be your y-intercept and m is your slope. And then we have standard form, which is ax plus by equals c. Sometimes you'll see equations like that and you have to move it around to make it into slope-intercept form. So it's just a good thing to know. And that's with linear equations. And then the slope formula is going to be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's when you're given two different points, and sometimes they'll ask you to find the slope. So you can plug that into that formula, and that's how you get the m in the slope-intercept form. And then another one that's important is distance formula. That's when they'll ask you to find the distance between two different points, and you put it into that formula. That one's not on your reference sheet, so make sure you know that one because that's important. I've seen that a lot in the SAT. So you just plug in 2 points, and then you'll find the distance between the 2 points. Because sometimes you'll have where it's like it's not like a straight line, or you can just count the distance between the 2 points. Sometimes it's like a decimal number. So that's how you find the distance between 2 points. And then another one is point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. That's when you get like 1 point, because sometimes you'll get 2, but if you have just 1 point, you're able to just plug it into that, and that will give you the equation, and then you can plug in different numbers and find whatever the SAT is asking you to find. So that's important too. These are all just different like forms of usually linear equations, and then there's also like quadratics and stuff like that for you to know. And then Lucia kind of went over this, but for parallel lines, that's when it's the same slope. So if you have two parallel lines, they're always going to have the same slope. So the m is going to be the same, and the y equals mx plus b. And then for perpendicular lines, like she said, the slope is the opposite reciprocal. So you may flip it, and then you change the sign. So for example, if you had a slope of -1/2, you would flip the fraction. So it'd be 2 over 1, and then you flip the sign. So it'd be 2. So -1/2 will turn into just +2. So those are just sometimes it'll ask you like find a line that's parallel or possible answer. And then again, I would just use decimals for that, but it's good to know like parallel lines, they never cross each other. And then perpendicular, they cross each other and they form a what? Can you hear me? Okay. And they form a right angle. And then some exponent rules that are important to know is when you're multiplying two numbers with exponents, you're going to add the exponent. So if you have like x squared times x cubed, you're just going to add the two exponents, so it becomes x to the 5th power. You just add those two powers. And then if you're dividing two numbers with exponents, you're going to do the opposite. You're going to subtract. So if you're doing x cubed divided by x squared, you just subtract the two exponents. So 3 minus 2, and then you just get x. So when you're multiplying, you add the exponent, and then when you're dividing, you subtract the exponent. And then another one is when you see something like this, when you're multiplying, so it's like x squared to the 3rd power, you're gonna multiply those exponents. So yeah. And then these are some other ones. And then another, this is really important, is when you have a negative exponent, it's gonna be a fraction, so you flip it to the bottom. So if you have like x to the -2 power, you flip it to the bottom, be like 1 over x squared. So if you want to take a picture of this is just important, like little exponent rules that'll help you a lot. So yeah. Okay, some other stuff is factoring. You'll see factoring a lot on the SAT. One that's really important to know is the difference of squares. So if you have two numbers that you can take the square root of, this is the formula that you get. So for example, if you had like x squared minus 4, you could square root both numbers and you plug it into this formula. So this is just an important formula. Sometimes it'll save you time on the SAT. If you see like, oh, you can square root these two numbers, you can just plug it into this formula. So that's a really important thing to know. Okay, now moving into quadratics. Standard form, this might look familiar, is ax squared plus bx plus c. That's just important to know because this can kind of tell you a lot about an equation from the standard form. And another thing is to find the vertex is you do negative b over 2a.
Sometimes I don't remember that, so it's okay. You can just plug it into Desmos and then you look at the vertex. The vertex is either the very lowest point on a parabola or the very top point. A parabola is like a little U-shaped thing, upside down U. So it might be helpful, it might save time to just know the formula for the vertex, which is negative V over 2A, but if not, you can just plug it into Desmos and it's okay. And then vertex forms you'll sometimes see is A times X minus H squared plus K. Sometimes you'll see this, you can just graph it, but it's also important to know that the H is going to be your X coordinate and the K is going to be your Y coordinate of the vertex of a quadratic function. So that's sometimes helpful to know. So you can just look at the equation and automatically know this is my vertex instead of having to graph it. And then the quadratic equation, this one's important. I don't think that's on your reference sheet. So make sure you memorize this. Sometimes you're not able to factor something easily, so you might have to plug it into the quadratic equation so you can factor it. And then she went over this, but for like statistics problems, the mean is going to be your average, and then you don't really need to know how to calculate it because you can just plug it into Desmos. That's going to be the average of all your different data points. The median is going to be the middle value of the data set. So if you lined up everything in order, numerical order, and you found the middle number, that would be your median. And then your mode is the one that appears most often in your data set. So it's just some basic terms to know. And then lastly, some geometry that's important. There's a lot of different stuff to know. And then on your reference sheet, there's a whole bunch of different formulas. So you don't have to memorize them. But if you go on your reference sheet, it'll kind of show you like the area of a triangle or like the sphere or something. You don't have to memorize those. But these are just some important ones that aren't on your reference sheet. The equation of a circle is this one. Can you see it okay up there? Is it too small? Yeah. I don't know how to. Commit. Is it control? There we go. Okay, sorry about that. So this is your equation of a circle. And then for the center of the circle, it's going to be the point HK, kind of like a quadratic formula, where in vertex form you have HK. It's going to be for a circle, it's going to be the same thing. So that's your center point of the circle. And then your radius is going to be on the other side, which is sometimes helpful because it'll ask you like, oh, what's the radius of this circle? And it gives you the equation. It's helpful to just be like, oh, I can just square root this number and then you have the radius. Or you can graph it too. But sometimes it's kind of hard to like count the points for the radius. And then some other formulas for the circle is area is pi r squared. Circumference is 2 pi r, and then a circle is 360 degrees all the way around, which can be helpful too. I think these might be on your reference sheet. I'm not completely sure, but. And then two proportions that might be helpful to know. This is kind of when you're trying to find like the arc length or the degree of an arc. An arc length is when you have a circle and you have an angle measure and you're finding that length of the arc. This is a proportion that might be helpful. It's not on your reference sheet, so I would memorize it. You do the degrees of the arc over 360 degrees is equal to the arc length over the circumference. So this is the proportion that might be helpful if it's like asking you to find the arc length and it gives you the area or like the circumference in the degree. And then one last proportion is when you're trying to find, this is for like finding the sector of a circle. That's when you have a certain area of a circle that you're trying to find, like it's just a part of the circle. So you can do the area of the sector of the circle over the area of the entire circle is equal to the degrees over 360. So that's just another one. It's not on your reference sheet, so I would memorize it because it's helpful when they give you like the degrees of an angle and they want you to find the area of that specific part of the circle. Okay. And then lastly, some trigonometry. That's on the test a lot. To know is the SOHCAHTOA. So sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and then tangent is opposite over adjacent. Or you can do that with like x and y coordinates. So yeah, that's just the trigonometry. But that's all I have. Thank you guys for listening. If you have any questions, those are just some basic formulas. Okay. Yeah. Can you also share with me? Thank you. We're taking it Saturday. Yeah. Oh yeah, I got it. Okay, let's check my homework. Do you want to try on this computer? Yeah. Work. It might be only your point of work. Okay. That might be it. Yeah.
What? Who was it? Who's here for? Wait, why do you say you're done?
It's whatever the
Oh, I want it.
I'm not like a laptop, so.
Ah, fuck.
I'm gonna try. Can I add my Burrito? Thank you.
Are you here to help me with essay?
No, that's done.
No, it's done. It's just we're done going over.
Hillary said she doesn't want to talk to any more bitch ass people. Bro, she actually looked at me
Well,
and
RP is
said,
good.
that fucking chick's ugly as fuck. I don't want to help him. She said that. He needs to help me. He probably has a higher SAT score than I do. Listen, my reading is top, but not my math. My math's like
Wait, Aizen, did you do anything for your reading?
760. Bro,
Wait, how? Aizen, how, bro? Please help. Aizen,
God,
please.
I don't even speak English.
How? You know what's crazy? Why is it the people that are not like Americans that did good on?
But then that means my math is 640. 640.
Yo, but it's way better to have your English better than your math. You can get your math.
That's the thing. I have no idea how to get my.
Wait, Eli, are you
I
like
just
right on?
690 right now for English. But
Okay.
what's yours?
I'm gonna get
Shut up.
A 600.
No.
Because I didn't answer a few questions last time. I answered
Huh?
them, but I
Bro, okay. Chill.
Hey, no. It's calm. It's calm. It's calm. My math in 48 was a 4.7.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure freshman year I actually got like a 390 on
When you
that.
take it, like freshman, sophomore year. What is I just fucking slow as shit. What is your institute? Like in reading. Okay, what's your math score?
Mine?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. It's not good, bro. No, okay.
What the fuck?
Nah, I don't want to talk about it.
Worse than mine?
No. But like still, wait,
I just fucking got here and they're done.
Aizen, how'd you do it though? Did you ever study once? Or
I'm gonna go.
No, I've never studied.
for,
Yes,
I got like locked in. I never studied.
you even like you don't read books either.
Good. Eli, what you get? The first time I took it last year, I got a 14.
What you get now?
7.
What's your mine right now is fucking. I didn't study. Before I took your class and it was like 500. My reading is a 760 though. I just need to get my math. I've never studied. I've never studied for the fucking SAT. I know.
What are you doing, my team? You doing something tomorrow?
Yeah.
Hurry up.
Mister, I don't just stay here for fun. Wait, is that the right one? That's not the right one. Wait, mister, I don't work under pressure. Wait, calm down.
I'm gonna test you. I'm gonna test you. Are you ready for me testing you? No, okay. Then back out and then make sure you understand everything. This question is a 4 over 93. It's wrong.
So it's 4 over negative 3. I think it's just iPhone.
Okay, I have this.
So I was in class.
I heard you're in the TV, right?
Is that yeah?
Thank you.
Come for you, bro.
Alright.
I traveled on work, but I remember how to do it.
Alright,
It's coming back.
coming back.
It's coming back.
Yeah.
Bye.
Why were you talking with Damien? Did he want to join your class? Did you say no?
Huh?
Did you say no?
No, I did not say no.
Okay. Are you letting him in?
I guess.
He's
Like, show me enough courage. You say I'm not afraid.
No, he actually isn't. For chemistry, last year me and him would play like game vision games on our phone because we thought we were cooked. We weren't cooked, but he really locked in. He got a full on the exam,
No, I heard.
so he's smart. He's
No,
smart.
I know he's smart, but I just he has a lot of personal side.
Yeah.
And I just learned about it, so it's
He has a lot of things. He might be late to your class if you have him early because he needs to drop off his siblings at their school.
yeah, and I know about that, and it's I told him it's a lot of responsibility. I don't want to be the one that put in the bad grade. Well, I told him, I says, if you decide to join my class, there's no other excuse. I don't hear other excuse, and that's just the deal that we're gonna make. Is I actually convinced him to. I was trying to convince him to drop my class, and I'll help him on the side, because he has so much responsibility. I don't think he can handle all the responsibility. Yeah, but you have to factor out GPA first. There's a GPA.
It's just.
What's up, Alex? Damn, I like the fit, bro.
Uh-huh.
Is that bad for a bro?
Huh? Yeah. Dependent bro. Yeah, try to factor it. Yeah. Yeah.
David's a really. Like, he's kind of like, I guess he's like an actor, but this way, if you insult him, he will work more. He will work more than anybody else just to prove it. That's the type of guy he is. Like when you doubt him, he will work just as hard as anybody else, if not more, in order to prove you wrong. So that's why I think he came back here, because he wants to prove you wrong. He wants to prove that he's good enough for it.
So he asked me when I was walking on the way out, and I say, I bring him here. I said, this is how much hard kids work here. And I said, are you able to do that? But the problem is, he's a personal side, has a lot of handle on it. I'm worried about he's gonna get burnt out.
I can tell you this now, he won't. I've known him for I think 5 years at this point.
It's a very confident person.
It's not even just. Hello, sir.
What the hell are
Are
you
you sure that the report has to be switched? And if you're sure, can you help? Because Taylor just found it.
I still know. I don't know. Did I switch that?
That's what I wrote down initially. Where it said to switch them out.
Oh no. Don't switch. I don't. Yeah. Switch.
Damn. That explains why.
Oh, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Yeah, don't switch.
I feel like that's right.
I'm sorry.
Alright,
Where do you get through the goal from, bro? Like,
Yeah, I'll show you. Hey, what's up, Jacob?
and then I guess like the other way until we get
Reference. You can check with
Two to the
somebody
third
who
power.
can the test. I don't have it with me. Maybe Drew has it. Maybe Amelia. Ask Amelia.
unless you get
Her test is really good.
8 is 2 to the third.
You carry girl right next to it.
Yeah, it's 2 to the 4, bro.
What in the script?
3 is now 2 to the 4. That's what I'm saying.
No,
You didn't do it.
No, Damien.
No, I said
I'll-
2 to 12.
He knows his limits more than that.
No. Then what is this right here behind that? I meant like 2 to the 4.
I'm gonna test
Okay,
you.
okay.
We're gonna put a 10-point
2
wager.
to the
on you.
4.
If you got it wrong, you're gonna lose 10 points. If you got it right, you're gonna get 10 points on your test.
Can I look over it first?
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't remember.
But put a wager on it.
Okay. I will say one thing. Your work's really neat. It's nice, but this is just like a nitpick. You jump around a lot, kind of. I'd say fix it. I make a lot of simple mistakes just because of how much I jump around. You probably get another 5% on every test if you just fix the work like styling. Because this, for example, just kind of it's not. So you can use this space, this space, but just keep it neat. Keep it compact. That's honestly the biggest issue.
I get hours for this, right?
What?
I get hours for this, right? I'm tutoring 2 Asians right now. You see that?
You tutor two Asians?
Yeah, he's tutoring.
A Mexican tutoring the Asians?
Even though you got a 4
That's
too.
crazy.
Alright, bro. You know I'd get 100 if I take it again, yeah? Yeah.
Oh, this is the one where you told them to switch it, right?
No, that's one. 925. Yeah, that's the one. That's one. This one's fun. Yeah. No, he's got it right.
I'm too lazy to look over that.
The last two.
Okay. These facts are weird. Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, your answer's not wrong. This facts are weird. I don't like it. It's this, you know what I mean? I don't like it.
I mean, they have to. I mean,
If you got it right, I don't care.
that's what I say.
What's the formula you use to find a line when you already have your slope and your okay. No, it's the y minus y1. That's no, that's the find your slope. Your y minus you know the formula y minus y1 is equal to opening parentheses x minus x1. Yeah, that's the one you use when you have your slope and a point given. Because slope is m and your y1 and x1 are just the points. No, I'm just quizzing. You're fine. I'm just making sure you know. Was it asking for perpendicular or parallel? Yeah. You flip the fraction and flip the sign. I'm not looking at it too closely. You should be fine. I mean, even if you made mistakes, they're really small ones, and your work looks good. It's not messy. It's neat. It's clear.
We're gonna play again. How much point you on the wage?
Okay, so I have to go right now, but you can
Okay.
But no, your work looks good. It's not.
It's okay. You keep it. I know you did it. But the problem is, if you know you do it, this is not the point. The wager is the point. We're gonna wager on the question. So that means if you got it right, you're gonna get like it's like a Jeopardy. You wanna? I'll give you a 20-point wager. If you get it right, you win. If you get it wrong, then 20-point off.
You'll be fine. He's staring at you. I feel so sick.
The problem is they don't understand that knowledge is more important than the actual points.
Was really good though. I think she was.
No, not yet. She fixed it.
Yeah, I know. I saw her yesterday, but her work looks really solid. Her practice was good. I can see where she messed up a little. And she fixed it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I need to go.
What's on the board?
Samantha is gonna start talking Spanish. She put on the group chat in Spanish.
Alright, go ahead.
The SAT question bank is on the board. That's the website. And it's a whole bunch of practice questions, and you can choose whatever subject you want to practice and all the big stuff. So that's a good book for practice. If you have any questions on certain ones, we can help you.
It might be a mix.
Yeah,
I need to learn how to use these, but you're so tall.
Oh, okay. That makes
Art, Bridget, all the questions that I got wrong on the test.
I'm not able to finish it. My math homework. Yeah, I did it in 7th because I'm in Czech Titans, but this was here, so me and Landon did it. So I had math homework instead.
Bye. Hey, did you win?
No, I got fifth. I know, I saw.
You got fifth.
Yeah. Don't
How
worry.
many people competed?
Like 130 or something.
130?
No, just 30.
30? Did you finish your course?
No, I missed last one. No one cleared it.
Huh?
No one cleared the last one.
Can I see it? I kind of want to see this now.
I
Wait, what's your gym? Because
I fell in the water.
Wait, did it water?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, honestly. Oh my god, fine.
Yeah, this is a really big
Whoa.
It's not super.
They got like the wall. Well, this is cool. They got like the sponsor. This is actually like. On top. That's crazy.
That's wrong.
What do you want? Make it free for you.
I make sure, but also get that.
Oh, to make it.
What do you mean?
Swimming.
Like eat trigger and
You pull back.
okay, that's what I'm trying to add.
Personally, I don't know how she does it. She, yeah.
That's what we're going
Okay, not.
Who is this? Well, I've seen that in your backyard. Are you like Ninja Warrior?
Win a prize or no?
Yeah, it's not on TV show.
Has to be
Yeah.
first place to win.
First second.
Olivia,
So how do you
are you
come?
going on Ninja Warrior? There's another kid I know that does it. Billy, you know that?
Yeah, they know
What's your gym? What's your parents' gym called? Where's that? That's your iPhone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Wedding. Yeah, you.
it's right next to a Mexican place.
It is.
For Mondays, Fridays, it starts at 3. So I just like stay back right now.
That's a long thing.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
You can just do it like
No, were those those festive?
I want to fall on there right there.
I
I'll
would
even
have
get
fallen
the floor.
off the pole, like not even.
Holy cow,
I
bro!
would have fallen full.
You doing like backflips when we're doing it, bro?
I can't do that. I learned that.
Yeah, you saw that one guy that backflip every time.
Yeah.
This is so hard.
And this is the one I know. But no one figured this out.
Then how did
They just made it there faster.
Holy cow!
So you're just moving the bar, you gotta have it in there.
Oh, dude, that's hard. You like move the bar with you? He's ugly, bro.
I can feel it too.
falling into the water?
What were you thinking at that moment?
And I was like, oh, yo, I don't have enough seats. And I went for it, and I was like, there's no way, so I just told more. But
Why don't you do it one more time?
because I was running out of time.
Oh, you're running out of time? Because I feel like you're running one more time, you have enough momentum to do it.
Yeah. Shoot, sick. But I'll see you tomorrow. I know we gotta go.
Dude, you guys should take the ECT. I got a 35 because I got a 34 in math. So I feel like if I can get that up to a 36, then I can get a 36 in it. Then you have to do that.
I personally like ACT better because of more measurement. But I don't know. Where are you trying to go though? What you want to
I want to go to like MIT, but that's like I don't know, pretty hard.
You want to go MIT?
Yeah.
I don't see why not. I
wanna
think
go to
you have enough
MIT?
strength.
I want to go to MIT. Yeah. Once you get to like my level of intelligence, maybe
The
you
guy-
can make it. That's why I gotta get my SAT score up because they're like 50. They're like middle 50%. It's 70, 80.
Make a deal.
What the hell? What's our deal?
We'll make a deal. I love deals. I'll write you a great recommendation letter.
Yeah. Like what?
They score 80%, 80 out of 120. No, hold on, out of 150 competitions.
Where are you going?
Wait, when's your recommendation you need to do?
I think November.
Oh, okay, you need it earlier.
How about this? She'll give you a rec letter, but if you don't meet his expectations, you're gonna send a letter to the college saying that like there's a horrible person and take back my rec. Okay, well, what if it's too late? Yeah, we're not gonna.
Why you want to go to MIT?
Then we will message the college. We will message the college.
Why you want to go to MIT though?
So I don't know. I feel like I like math a lot. It's the best math school. And my dad. If your family makes under $200,000 a year, it's free tuition.
That's true.
Your wife should not get it. You don't make over bro. Well, no, we do, but it's not in like our shit. It's like my dad is scholarship. So you don't pay your taxes. And I want to go. I want to go. I think I'm fucking free.
I'm free. That's enough of my life.
Yeah, I want to
It's this. But this is really hard. Really hard.
Hard question. Help me, bro.
You have to focus on the easy problem first before you focus on the hard problem. But this is really hard. So I can send it to you. You can work on. There's not everything you need to work on. I think in geometry you need to work on this one. There's a lot of good geometry questions, but it's really difficult. It's like this.
We're gonna go.
Okay, yeah.
And then
I'm gonna send it to you. If I were you, I'll score a 45, 45, 90 triangle, similar triangle, and the arc length area of sector. Okay?
I'm on 90.
You wanna do it?
93.
You wanna do? But that's only for a hard problem. That's only between if you want to get it from 700 to 800. But the problem is, you also some easy one. You have to learn how to not make mistakes.
Did you turn off the live stream?
Huh?
Did you turn off the live stream?